You know, the single most frustrating hair in the world isn't even on your head. It's the one you find on your pillow in the morning, or the clump that gathers in your brush, or that tangled mess that always seems to block the shower drain. It's a quiet, daily reminder that something feels off, and you start to wonder, how many more can I really afford to lose? You've seen the ads, I'm sure. The pricey serums, the complicated multi-step systems that all promise to bring your hair back to its glory days. I've been there. I've tried so many of them as a professional hairstylist, only to be left with a much lighter wallet and that same sinking feeling when I looked in the mirror. But what if I told you that one of the most talked about secrets for supporting healthier hair is not in a fancy bottle, but is probably sitting in your kitchen pantry right now? Forget what you think you know. Today, we're talking about a sulfur-rich vegetable that I was completely skeptical about until I tried it myself and saw the most encouraging results I've had in my entire hair journey. And yes, it's an onion. Now hold on, before you click away, I know exactly what you're thinking. The smell, the mess, the sheer weirdness of putting a salad ingredient on your head. I was right there with you, but stick with me, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. How to handle the smell, and the actual science that made me a believer. My journey with clients facing hair loss. You know, when I work with clients struggling with hair loss, their stories sound so familiar because they echo what so many of us feel. It never starts with a big dramatic moment. It's more like a slow fade. One of my clients told me, I noticed my ponytail didn't feel as thick anymore. Then my part started looking wider. At first it's just a little doubt, but then comes that quiet anxiety. They start checking their hairline under harsh bathroom lights, counting strands on their pillow, even looking for clues in the drain. And like most people, they head straight to the market for answers. They buy those thickening shampoos that leave hair feeling coated in a weird film. They try those expensive tingly scalp serums that promise to awaken dormant follicles. Some even spend hundreds on supplements, hoping this one will finally work. And every time it's the same cycle. A burst of hope, followed by the crushing disappointment of no real change. That frustration is real. And for a lot of clients, that's when they go searching for something different. They dive down the rabbit hole of natural remedies and one thing keeps popping up everywhere: onion juice. At first they laugh. I did too. I mean, onion juice. Too simple, too messy, and let's be honest, way too smelly to be a real solution. But then you start seeing these personal stories and even a little science that makes you think, could this actually work? That's when curiosity wins over skepticism. And like one of my clients said, I figured I had nothing left to lose, except more hair. The science that changed everything. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not the type to say, sure, let's rub onion juice on our heads and hope for the best. And my clients, same thing. They want real answers, not just internet fads. So, before I even considered recommending this, I had to dig into the why. And honestly, what I found shifted me from total skepticism to cautious curiosity. It all comes down to one thing: sulfur. Onions are packed with it. And sulfur is a critical building block of keratin. That's the protein that makes up over 90% of our hair. So, the theory is pretty simple. By applying something rich in sulfur directly to the scalp, you're essentially giving your hair follicles the raw materials they need to build stronger, healthier strands. Think of it like giving a construction crew a fresh supply of bricks, so they can do their job better. But here's the kicker: it's not just the sulfur. Onions are also loaded with antioxidants, especially one called quercetin. Antioxidants protect your body from oxidative stress, basically damage from free radicals that can weaken hair follicles and make thinning worse. On top of that, onions have antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. Translation: they help create a calm, clean, healthy scalp, which is non-negotiable for healthy hair growth. If your scalp is inflamed or battling microbes, your follicles can't perform at their best. And then I stumbled across a study that made me sit up straight. It was published in the Journal of Dermatology. Back in 2002, they tested onion juice on people with a very specific condition called alopecia areata, which causes patchy hair loss. One group applied onion juice, the other just used tap water. After 6 weeks, nearly 87% of the onion group saw significant regrowth. The tap water group, only 13%. Now, before anyone runs to the kitchen, let me be super clear. This was a small study, and it focused on one specific type of hair loss, not male or female pattern baldness. We don't have massive clinical trials saying onion juice is a miracle cure, but the underlying principles feeding the scalp sulfur, reducing inflammation, and adding antioxidant support were compelling enough for me to say, okay, this might actually be worth trying. And that's exactly what led to the next phase of this journey. Before we dive into the next part, I know what you're thinking: the word sulfur probably set off alarms in your head. So let's clear this up with some real science about sulfates and sulfate-free products. Because here's the truth: sulfate-free isn't the magic solution everyone makes it out to be. It has its place, but it's not a universal hero. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Feel free to check the research yourself. So let's unpack this sulfur and sulfate story. where sulfate-free fits and where it doesn't. Now, quick reality check, because this is where a lot of my clients feel whiplash. Stylists everywhere preach sulfate-free or bust. It's great advice in certain contexts, but it's not a universal law. Here's the deal I give my clients. Sulfate-free isn't a replacement for all sulfate shampoos, it's a tool. Sulfates like SLS, SLES are strong anionic cleansers. They lift oil and build up efficiently, which is why they're still used in tons of pro lines. They can be irritating for some scalps, and too much too often can leave hair squeaky and dry, but at typical rinse-off levels they're considered safe by cosmetic safety panels. The Cosmetic Ingredient Review has repeatedly concluded SLS SLES are safe in rinse-off products when formulated and used as directed. What about color fade, the big talking point? The messy truth is that water plus shampooing frequency drive most fading. Surfactants, yes, including sulfates, contribute, but the label sulfate-free alone doesn't guarantee better color retention. Gentle formulas, acidic pH, and how often you wash matter more than one ingredient class. Cosmetic scientists and trade testing back this up, noting that fade is largely from water surfactant exposure, and that a well-designed sulfate formula can be mild while a sulfate-free can also cleanse aggressively. So when do I actually recommend sulfate-free to clients? Right after chemical services, bleach, relaxer, keratin, or fresh color. To minimize extracuticle stress while the fiber is most vulnerable. Sensitive or reactive scalp, including rosacea-prone. Fewer irritants, gentler surfactant systems. Very dry, curly, coily hair or high porosity hair, where over-cleansing amplifies frizz and breakage. Here I'll pair mild, low pH, sulfate-free cleansers between clarifying washes. And when do I keep a sulfate shampoo in the kit? Occasional clarifying product, oil, hard water buildup, heavy one good sulfate cleanse every 1 to 2 weeks or as needed. Resets the canvas. Then you go back to your gentler routine. That balance keeps the scalp clean without beating up the fiber. Again, safety in rinse-off is well established. Irritation risk is about frequency, formula, and your scalp, not a blanket bad. Bottom line for my clients, sulfate-free has its place, especially post-chemicals, and for sensitive scalps, but it's not a religion. Use it strategically. Judge the whole formula, surfactant blend, pH, conditioning agents, and your wash habits, not just a single word on the bottle. That's how you protect color, calm the scalp, and still keep hair actually clean. And because this topic deserves its own spotlight, we're going to break down the biggest sulfate-free myths in a separate video where we'll show you when to use it, when to skip it, and how to avoid wasting money on marketing hype. Stay tuned for that one. Now that we've cleared up the sulfate confusion, let's get back to the main topic, and this is where things get practical. You've heard the why, now let me show you the how. Here's my step-by-step process for applying onion juice the right way, without the mess and without smelling like a stir-fry all day. Now the step-by-step onion juice tutorial. Alright, you've heard the why, so now let me show you the how. I've tweaked this process to be as simple and mess-free as I can possibly make it. First, your ingredients. All you really need is one medium-sized onion. I like to use red onions since they're known to have a higher concentration of certain antioxidants, but a regular yellow or white onion will do the job. Step 1, peel the onion and give it a rough chop. No need to make it look pretty. Step 2, blend it. Toss the onion chunks into a blender or food processor and blitz it until you have a watery, chunky pulp. Step 3 is the absolute key to avoiding a smelly, messy disaster. You have to strain it perfectly. Get a bowl and place a fine mesh sieve over the top, or even better, a piece of cheesecloth. Pour the onion pulp in and then squeeze every last drop of juice out. You want to be left with pure liquid onion juice and a semi-dry pulp that you can just throw away. Whatever you do, don't just put the pulp on your head. The solid bits are what get stuck in your hair and make the smell stick around. The juice is the potent part, and it washes out easily. Now, for the application, before this stuff goes anywhere near your scalp, please do a patch test. Dab a tiny bit of the juice on the inside of your elbow or behind your ear and wait a full 24 hours. Onion juice can be irritating for some people, especially if you have sensitive skin, so you have to make sure you won't have a bad reaction. Once you know you're in the clear, you're ready to go. I just use a simple cotton ball or a little dropper bottle. Dip the cotton ball in the juice and dab it directly onto your scalp. Part your hair in sections and make sure you cover all the areas you're concerned about, focusing right on the roots. After your scalp is saturated, give yourself a gentle scalp massage for about 3 to 5 minutes. Use the pads of your fingers to work the juice in and get the blood flowing. Honestly, the massage is great for your scalp all by itself. Now, you just wait. Leave the juice on for at least 30 minutes. If you're comfortable, you can work your way up to an hour. Some people wrap their hair and leave it on overnight, but I'd definitely start with a shorter time to see how your scalp feels. Let's talk about the smell. Okay, the number one question. The one you're all wondering about. Am I going to smell like a walking onion ring? Let's be real, the juice has a strong smell when you're putting it on. There's no getting around that. But the secret to making sure the smell doesn't linger is all in how you wash it out. You can't just do a quick rinse. After your 30 or 60 minutes are up, hop in the shower and rinse the juice out really well with lukewarm water. Then, you need to shampoo your hair. And I don't mean a quick, lazy lather. You need to shampoo twice. A double shampoo is the key. The first wash breaks down and washes away the juice, and the second wash cleanses your hair and scalp, getting rid of any leftover odor. If you're extra worried about the smell, here's a pro tip that works like a charm. After you've shampooed twice, do a final rinse with a diluted apple cider vinegar solution. Mix about 1 part ACV with 4 parts water, pour it over your hair and scalp, let it sit for a minute, and then rinse it out completely before using your regular conditioner. The ACV helps clarify your scalp and neutralizes those sulfur compounds that cause the smell. A little bit of lemon juice diluted in water can work in a similar way. By the way, if you're refinding this deep dive into natural hair care helpful and you want to see more remedies that are actually backed by some research, take a second to hit that subscribe button below. Your support lets me make more videos just like this one. How to supercharge your onion treatment. Once I saw that the basic onion juice routine was actually making a difference, I started looking into how I could make it even better. I researched other natural ingredients that are known to work well together to support a healthy scalp. One of the best additions you can make is rosemary essential oil. Rosemary oil is getting a lot of attention right now, and for good reason. It's believed to improve circulation in the scalp, which helps deliver more oxygen and nutrients to your hair follicles. In fact, a 2015 study compared rosemary oil directly to 2% minoxidil, the active ingredient in Rogaine. After 6 months, the group using rosemary oil saw a similar increase in hair count to the minoxidil group, but with less scalp itching. We definitely need more research, but that's incredibly promising. You can just add 5 to 10 drops of pure rosemary essential oil right into your onion juice before you apply it. Another way to boost your treatment, especially if your scalp is on the dry or sensitive side, is to mix your onion juice with a carrier oil. Two of the best are coconut oil and jojoba oil. Coconut oil is great because it can actually penetrate the hair shaft to help reduce protein loss, which makes your hair stronger. Jojoba oil is fantastic because its structure is super similar to our skin's natural oil, or sebum, so it's an amazing moisturizer. Mixing your onion juice with a tablespoon of melted coconut oil or jojoba oil can help buffer its strength, reduce the chance of irritation, and add a serious moisturizing kick. And finally, if you're serious about tackling this from every angle, you could look into pumpkin seed oil. It's another natural ingredient where preliminary studies suggest it may help block DHT, a hormone that's linked to genetic hair loss. You could add a little to your topical mix or even take it as an oral supplement. So here's what happened with one of my clients who decided to try this. We committed to the process to gather onion juice twice a week, every single week, without fail. Now, let me be completely real with you. This was not some overnight miracle. In the first few weeks, the biggest change wasn't what you'd expect it was in the shower. He started noticing way less hair circling the drain. Then, the hairbrush. Same thing. That was the first sign that something was shifting, and it gave him real hope. Fast forward about 3 months of consistent application and this is where it got exciting. Teeny little baby hairs started popping up along his part and hairline. That fresh fuzz was proof his scalp was responding. Did his hair double in volume overnight? No. But it looked healthier, felt stronger, and the shedding had slowed down dramatically. For him, that was a massive win. Here's the truth. This isn't about chasing a magic cure. It's about creating the best environment for your hair to thrive. And that means consistency and a negotiable consistency. You can't do this once a month and expect miracles. You've got to commit for at least 3 months, ideally 6, before you really know if it's working for you. So, to wrap this all up, onion juice is not a mythical cure for baldness, but it is a scientifically interesting, nutrient-rich, and incredibly affordable home remedy that can support a healthy scalp. Its sulfur provides a key building block for hair, and its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties can create the foundation your follicles need to thrive. Just remember to always do a patch test first. Manage the smell with a thorough double shampoo and manage your expectations with a whole lot of patience and consistency. And of course, for anyone experiencing significant, sudden, or worrying hair loss, the most important step you can take is to see a doctor or a dermatologist. They can help you figure out the root cause and talk you through all the available treatments, including clinically proven ones like minoxidil and finasteride. But if you're on a journey like I was, frustrated with commercial products and looking for a natural, low-cost strategy to support your hair at home, then I truly recommend giving this a try. I went from a complete skeptic to someone who genuinely believes in the power of nourishing your scalp from the outside in with onion oil and natural remedies. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried onion juice for your hair? How did it go? Or do you have your own natural hair care secrets you swear by? Drop them in the comments so we can all learn from each other. And hey, if you found this helpful, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow, and Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming tutorials, including that deep dive on sulfates I promised. Thanks so much for watching.